Le Bourgeois, the battering ram, the big Jerseyman.
Move 10 this side, thank you.
Wolstenholme round the corner, comes Cardle with Shields in to protect. Saints again slowing it down well. Wasps have to commit a ton of bodies. Cargo, great offload, and Umaga will coast under the posts. A touch of class from the Springbok international, the handoff, the backdoor offload, and Jacob Umaga gets try number 5 in the colours of Wasps. Woods, the veteran, takes the line out. Saints rumbling with serious intent towards the line. The halfbacks are piling in, the centres are piling in. Can they get the ball down? You bet they can. A ruthless rolling maul from Northampton Saints, and they strike back within 3 minutes of going behind. Tempers flaring a wee bit. Taylor, ribbons, can he get his hands free? The big South African wasn't held, and he's still trying to scramble his way to the line. It's Taylor, Waller in behind Coles. Taylor again. The forwards rampaging into contact. If they shift it wide, there's a real chance. Hutchinson, oh, it's come off the hands. Has it gone forwards?
Tackle!
Tom Cruise wrestled all the way backwards. Wolstenholme, Vailanu waiting. Round the back it goes to Umaga. Watson using his footwork and his fend, and a brilliant inside ball to Umaga. That's wonderful. Glorious handling from Wasps, and Tim Cardle, the big lock, is the grateful beneficiary.
No, leave now. 6 away.
And that's going to be a penalty. Wasps want to go fast. Umaga goes himself. It's tipped on brilliantly by Zvania, and Sione Vailanu has a run-in. Oh, that was a nasty-looking collision. James Grayson coming forward, just with his legs taken out as he leapt for the ball. Fair contest though, and it's still in back. Mancini has the number 8, got the legs. Look at the pace of the big fella. He's going to streak away from the cover. Plucks the ball from the sky and races away under the posts. And once again, Willis with a carry.
Good clear out there from Tamaga Allen, just as they looked like they were getting over the ball, Saints.
Slower this time for Umaga. What's he going to conjure? Beautiful cut-out pass to Owen Davis. Oh, it's a lovely ball. It's absolutely outrageous over-the-top offload from Owen James. Good ball from Coles, and Harrison pumping those legs as he loves to do. A man possessed in contact. Hutchinson floats one out, and it's well shuffled on by Dingwall to big Tangeli Nairavoro, and he's handed off 2 men. He's got support inside him. The pass doesn't go to hand. Was it a deliberate knock into touch?
Oh, it was a penalty try, is what it was. They've got the penalty again. They might want to think coming down the short side here. Dog's got space.
Yeah, they're queuing up on this near side. It must be if it goes. Vailanu, he goes himself, and it's a brilliant bit of cover tackling. But it's going to be in vain. Wasps are over. It's Jack Willis, a sweet, sweet return. That was going to land on Tangeli Nairavoro, and if you let him get going, this is what can happen. Bang, through he goes. Takes 3 more men to just about bring this colossal human to ground. Mitchell sniping. There were numbers there. Harrison might not need them. Lovely backdoor offload. Hutchinson and Dingwall for the corner. Oh, wonderful rugby from Northampton Saints. We will check the grounding. There goes Clement sniping.
Good.
Wasps have used all of their substitutes heading into this final 5 minutes, but this is a man that's still on. Vailanu, and possibly a high tackle from Nairavoro on Owen James. 2 yellows make red, and an early bath for Tangeli Nairavoro. He's done so many good things with the ball, but without it, he's made a cynical trip and a high tackle that prevented a try. 7 guaranteed points for Wasps. They're into the lead. Saints down to 14 for the remaining 5 minutes or so. The final score here at Franklin's Gardens, it is Northampton Saints and their hanging Premiership Cup title 32, Wasps 36. And as we've seen and heard so many times in these parts, the cry of heave goes up as the maul is well crafted and rumbles forward. Joe Hayes, the man in command at the back of it. Harrison goes digging, and the first chance for this Tigers backline to attack. Forsyth out to Worth, and Oluwafela, the X-Factor man on the wing. Beautiful ball inside for Forsyth. Men on his shoulder. One of them is Guy Thompson, and it's a dream start for Leicester Tigers. Barely 2 minutes on the clock, and the arch scavenger Guy Thompson barrels home from a beautiful first phase manoeuvre. Just what Leicester Tigers needed, Austin.
Simple rugby, executed well. Exeter have won the line.
A bit scrappy, but they've just about handed it back from Caulfield to Kirsten.
This is where they're dangerous now, the rat pattern. They just keep going around the corner, and they're so big, so powerful. Because you can't get your hand on the ground, it's almost impossible to stop them.
Yeah, it's relentless stuff, isn't it, when you get to this range? Here's Greg Holmes from Dennis, Australian to Australian. We've got another penalty coming for offside. There's Keast and Innard. Vermeulen will go for a debut try, and he's driven all the way over the whitewash. Jacques Vermeulen, he's only been in the country a matter of weeks. Thompson tries to, Thompson tries to catch Chiefs out by going the other way. And Spencer round the corner. Remember, touching the ball against the base of the post is also a try. Ball squats out, Harrison, Eastman, there are numbers here. Forsyth and Jordan Oluwafela. Third try for Leicester Tigers for the young winger. And that's one of the easy ones who's going to score. The pack laid the hard yards, they set the platform, and when the ball came out, Forsyth puts Oluwafela in at the corner, and the Tigers regain the lead. Harrison is going to have to wrestle it off his captain and play it. Not the best pass, but Eastman does really well. Supported overrun him. Forsyth certainly hasn't. This is Jonah Holmes. Good yardage from the Welshman. Harrison, they're stacking this left-hand side. Coughlin takes it on a bit further. This big debutant, former Leinster and Munster player. That's a brilliant bit of work on the ground, though, by Dave Dennis. Almost turning it over.
Tigers lucky there. There's a definite penalty to Dave Dennis. Brilliant turnover, didn't get it.
Didn't get the rewards. Tigers might make them pay. The wide outside ball to Jonah Holmes, and they're queuing up. It's a straightforward finish for the Welshman. There is Jordan Coughlin looking for a debut score. Kirsten gets his big mitts on the ball, ordered off it by Jack Makepeace. Welford Road is rocking now as the Leicester Tigers sniff for the bonus point. Ben White always up against it, the little man, against the monsters of the fringes. It's slow, but Tigers won't mind that. Chiefs getting low and driving them back.
The chance on the right-hand side if somebody spots it. No defenders.
Eastman is heading that way out of space. So is Hardwick. Will the ball come to them, though? It's a little bit scrappy. It's been forced back on the Tigers' side. Will it be bruisers or dazzlers? It's dazzlers. It's Tom Hardwick, steps his man. What an offload from Hardwick! It's Hardwick, the Harlem Globetrotter, and it's Kyle Eastman with a bonus point try. That will seal the victory. That will put the icing on a very fat cake for Jordan Murphy. There's the glaring line-out stats. Perfect from Tigers, very much imperfect from Chiefs. That one didn't look entirely straight, but they've got them all rumbling forward. This splinter group carrying it on towards the line. They're twisting like a lilac tornado, but Tigers have wrapped them up brilliantly. They win the turnover, they win the scrum, and that is full time. The match in microcosm. Exeter on the ball, going forwards, not able to make the most of it. Tigers defence holding firm. And it is a first win here at Welford Road in the Premiership Cup. A first win here at Welford Road since March for Leicester Tigers. And they've done it with a 4-try bonus point. That man, Hanro Liebenberg, immense on debut. Lots to be pleased about for Jordan Murphy and his men. A solitary score for Exeter debutant Jacques Vermeulen, getting their only points. It is Leicester 27, Exeter 7.
Sale went for experience in their opening game against Northampton, while Saracens fielded 9 debutants at Wasps. both strategies delivered big victories, so this had the look of a crunch contest in Pool A. And with the help of an early yellow card for Sharks lock James Phillips, the home side struck first. Tom Whiteley running in unopposed and then converting his own try. But Sale suffered no further damage while their numbers were reduced, and once Phillips returned, they hit back hard. Fullback Simon Hammersley, one of the wise old heads in the visitors' lineup, did the legwork for Dupré to score. Sale fly half Tom Curtis and Whiteley traded penalties, but Saracens' narrow lead didn't last. The Sale pack camping in the 22. Before prop Jake Cooper-Woolley found his way over, his first try for his new club. And just 3 minutes later, Saracens were architects of their own misfortune as Elliot Opatiyimbo fumbled a high ball and Sale debutant Tom Roebuck pounced. The 18-year-old winger off and running for his first senior try. Further kicks from Curtis saw Sale open up an unlikely 12-point lead at the interval, and a first home defeat for Sarries in 24 games was a very real prospect, which motivated them to fight back after the break. England international Alex Lazowski among their inexperienced ranks and breaking the line brilliantly before offloading to replacement Alex Lewington. With their lead reduced to 5, Sale's first ever win at Allianz Park was now in doubt. Their response was impressive as their senior players delivered. With 10 minutes left, winger Byron McGuigan scored in the corner and Sale had the try bonus point. And the win to go with it was sealed with 2 minutes to go. Dan Dupré matching his earlier effort to send Steve Diamond's men to the top of the pool and condemn the Premiership champions to their first home defeat since February 2018.
London Irish and Harlequins both got off to winning starts last week, so this meeting at the Medeski was a chance for one of them to pull clear in Pool 2. And the visitors couldn't have dreamt of a better start. Barely a minute had passed when Quins opened up the Irish defence. Wingers Gabriel Ibitoy and Caden Murley sent in James Lang, who went over for the lead. But Quins' early promise was replaced by a period of ill discipline. With Simon Kerrod and Stefan Lewis in the bin, the Exiles took advantage when centre Terence Hepatema crashed over, with the conversion putting the hosts in the lead. Brett Heron booted Quins back in front, but they gift-wrapped Irish the next try. An overthrown line-out by Jack Musk landed straight at opposite number Saya Fainga, who couldn't believe his luck. The Exiles led 15-7 at the break, but Gabriel Ibitoy's fleet-footed burst through the Irish defence narrowed the gap to just 2 points, all while Fainga was in the bin. Jackson sent over another three-pointer, but Quins broke through again to level and set up a tense finish. Another Ibitoy surge, and then a sharp pass from debut boy Martin Landahos set up Alex Dombrandt to barge over on his 25th Quins appearance. With the conversion missed, the sides were locked at 18 apiece, and Irish sensed their opportunity. Ollie Hassel-Collins cut a great line and ran 40 metres, but Ross Chisholm's last-ditch tackle forced the winger to knock on, and the opportunity went begging. Almost inevitably, Quins would make Irish pay. The hosts conceded a late penalty, and with 78 minutes on the clock, Heron's huge kick sailed between the posts to nab the victory for Quins. 21-18 at the Medeski, Quins sitting pretty at the top of the pool, while a losing bonus point will be scant consolation for Irish. Worcester named an entirely new 15 for their trip to the Rec, while hosts Bath were going in search of their first victory in Pool 3. Stuart Hooper handed Bath debuts to 5 players, but it was one of the old guard that got them going early on. After Rhys Priestland's early boot, Tom Homer raced away down the right wing before passing inside for Will Chudley, who scampered in under the posts. It got better for Bath shortly after. Slick hands from Chudley and Max Clark helped send in Levi Davis, who stepped inside to score his second try in as many games. Worcester were well off the pace at the Rec, and Bath struck again inside the half-hour mark. A series of phases took them to within a metre before giant lock Elliot Stook bundled over. Priestland's impeccable boot made it a 24-0 lead. Worcester were being ravaged, but they finally got themselves on the board when Zimbabwean back rower Marco Mama scored from close range to make it 24-7 at the break. Alan Solomon's men applied the pressure in the second half. Francois Hohard's pass was exquisitely taken by Ollie Lawrence, who cantered through for the score. Worcester back within 10 points. But with the Warriors' Nick Shunnett and Richard Palfreman forced off injured, Bath began to boss it at scrum time. A big shunt forwards, a penalty try, and Bath's bonus point in the bag. The West Country men were now in full flight. Worcester flanker Sam Lewis was given time to cool off when he was pinged for not releasing, and Bath profited immediately. A solid scrum, and Freddie Burns' wonderful floating pass fed Aled Brew, who grabbed try number 5 with just 2 minutes to go. With the game lost, Worcester went for broke. Ted Hill burst through for their 3rd try with the clock approaching the 80. And with time up, the Warriors found their attacking groove again. Hohard this time with the finish to rescue an unlikely try bonus point. 36-28 to Bath at the Rec. The hosts are off the mark, despite Worcester's late try blitz.
Both these teams were well beaten in round 1, but having blown away the cobwebs, time for the serious business, the season's first West Country derby. Just the 15 changes for Bristol from the side that lost at Quins, and the completely new-look Bears made a bright start. Harry Thacker dragged over by the maul inside 5 minutes. Callum Sheedy's boot took the home side's lead out to 13 points, and the Bristol defence got a good workout too. Gloucester's response to their 20-point defeat by London Irish was to bring in some old hands, including Matt Banahan. But the big centre found himself outnumbered here as this fixture delivered its usual intensity. But after Bristol had Dan Thomas sin-bin for killing the ball, the Cherry and Whites did hit back before half-time thanks to a completely new face. Fair to say the break by Tom Marshall made Joe Simpson's debut try after his summer move from Wasps relatively straightforward. Gloucester still 13-5 down at the break, and that deficit soon grew further. Not a hugely promising build-up for the Bears, but fullback Luke Daniels created the opening, and the pace of academy product Charlie Powell did the rest. With that, the visitors' prospects of a semi-final place in this competition were fading fast, with a second defeat looming, but they managed to set up an intriguing final quarter by adding a second score of their own. Banahan taking the aerial route, and not to be denied from close range this time. Lloyd Evans missed the chance to reduce the arrears a little more with the conversion, but another Bristol yellow card for replacement Jack Bates kept things interesting. And Gloucester did eventually edge the try count, Lock Gerbrand Grobler muscling over with just 3 minutes left. Evans landed the kick this time, but it was just too late. A losing bonus point was all the visitors could muster, while Bristol had their first win of the new season.